welcome back. My name is Shayne. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are returning, welcome back. You're probably a friend or family, and if we've never met or know each other personally or even through the internet, please comment in the section down below to let me know, and maybe we can have a conversation. So today's That's my cat. My cat is not good for audio, but she loves to roam. So we call her Grumbles because she grumbles all the time. Even though that's not her real name, that's what she is known for. Anyway, this video is going to be about romantic competence. So I just watched a TED Talk by Joanne DaVila. It's actually a few years old. It's from 2015, so at this point it's like 5 years old or 4.5, depending on like how you look at it, because it's only January. Ooh, excuse me. And I was really interested in her idea that we need to teach young people how to have healthy relationships, and I'm 100% on that. I am totally 100% backing that up. It's so true. And let me tell you why. It's because when I was 14, I had my first relationship. It lasted 2 whole weeks. 2 whole weeks. And it was one of those things where my concept of relationships really stemmed from things such as the way my mom and dad were in a relationship, what relationships looked like. A lot when it came to anime. Anime really like helped me with what relationships look like, and overall in the media. So it wasn't a good thing. The relationships were highly overrated. Like, if you've ever watched a show and was like, oh, that's not realistic. Well, 14-year-old me really like enjoyed that and really like believed that's the way that relationships were. And if I can recall anything from that 2 week first relationship, it's that I used to call my boyfriend and we would spend like a good hour on the phone saying nothing. Like, I would be so afraid to ask him any questions, so that we would just sit on the phone silently. And I think that he was probably not over it, because at the time he was 17, so he was a few years older than me. I've always had a penchant for older guys. I don't know why. I just did, especially when I was younger. Anyway, back to this video about romantic competence by Joanne DaVila. I just thought that it was really, really fascinating because she came up with 3 skills that would lead towards a healthy relationship. And they were very insightful. And that's actually one of the first skills. So, anyway, let me backtrack. The 3 skills are insight, mutuality, and emotional regulation. And I really thought that it was really interesting that she came up with those 3 main skills, because the byproduct of them are a healthy relationship, like having good communication, for example. And I guess that it's one of those things where you have to really think about it. And when it came to the insight portion, it was really like knowing what your needs are and being able to communicate what your needs are. And that's super important in a relationship, because I remember being in relationships in the past where I really needed something. Like, there was I needed to be heard and understood. Like, those are my 2 main things in a relationship. I need to be heard and I need to be understood. And I would be in relationships where it seemed like the person that I was with didn't really care about that. And it was really like sad. And even when I did have the insight to be able to communicate that, it wouldn't pan out. Which leads me to the second skill of mutuality, which is being able to help the other person with meeting their needs. So with mutuality, the byproduct of it is compromise. So for example, if I wanted to stay home and I didn't want to go anywhere and my partner wanted to go somewhere, it was really compromising towards either getting up and going out with my significant other to see what they want to do, or them compromising with me and staying home, depending on what that event was that we were going to, or they wanted to go to. So it was really fascinating to think about mutuality in that sense. I think that this is the one that would be the hardest for people to learn, only because when it comes to mutuality, it means being able to almost anticipate the needs of your partner and being able to meet those needs. Because what if you don't want to meet those needs? Well, you have another issue there if you don't want to meet the needs of your partner, because if you have to hopefully like the partner that you're with and want them to be happy. And if you want them to be happy, their needs need to be met. And the last one is emotional regulation. And when it comes to, I just realized how weird my hair looks. Okay. Anyway, back to emotional regulation, which is also hard, but on an individual level, because emotional regulation means being able to actually be in control of your own emotions and being able to, in the sense, regulate them so that you are not all over the place, and the volatility is not one of those concepts that's in the relationship. And that because when you're in a relationship, you want to be able to know the patterns of your partner and be able to know, if I do this, I know they're going to be mad. If I do this, I know they're going to be happy. But in the sense that when it comes to the volatility of emotional regulation, if you have dysregulation in the way that you're dealing with your emotions, that's not going to be good for your relationship, because there's going to be a lot of eggshells that are going to be walked on, either on your side or your partner's side. Because if you can't control your emotions, your partner won't know what to do with you. And then there won't be this idea of what is the word? With emotional regulation, it's really being able to know yourself. And if you don't know how to like self-soothe, it's not your partner's job to soothe you. And that doesn't seem like a very nice thing, but it's not their job. They have their own life. Like I said in my previous video, there's this idea of independence that needs to be met in relationships so that the person can live their life and still be with you. So it's not a sense that like there's like this complete synchronicity. One person lives their life, the other person lives their life, and then they come together and enjoy each other's company. But then when they need to go and do their own thing, they do their own thing, and then when they come together, they come together. That's not the way that it is with everyone, but that's the way I see relationships. So let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about those 3 skills? Do you think that you agree with insight, mutuality, and emotional regulation being the three key ideas for romantic competence? Or do you think that there's something more? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Shayne. Talk to me in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comments, and subscribes. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.